Hello everyone, Ricky Morgan here with Morgan Physical Therapy. And today I'm here to talk to you about three main causes of back pain. For most of you watching, you recognize that back pain is a serious problem that can come on in your life. And at some point people experience back pain throughout their life, especially as they get a little bit older. Maybe they get a little less active as they age. And so I'm here to tell you a little bit more about how back pain works, the three most common causes, and some simple exercises to do to try to mitigate some of those symptoms. Now, I think before you move on with this video, making sure that you check with your healthcare provider to make sure it's healthy and safe for you to do some of these stretches and some of these moves. Some of these stretches and moves are generic movements that seem to help the majority of the population. However, if you feel like these are making you feel worse, if you feel like you're not sure exactly what's going on, please come in and see us at Morgan Physical Therapy. And you can click the link below to register for a free discovery visit where we can basically talk you through what we feel is going on. So what is the diagnosis, how long we think it's going to take to get better, and create a specific individualized plan for you. So again, please do these exercises with caution. If symptoms seem to be getting worse as you do them, please stop and reach out to your local healthcare provider for more help. Again, you can click the link below to either give us a call, 701-599-3848, send us an email, or register for a free discovery visit, and our team will reach out to you to help you with your back pain concerns. And this is especially important for people that have had back pain for many, many years, for people that are having troubles walking, having trouble sleeping, maybe they can't go on that hike or that vacation with their family anymore. They feel like they've tried everything, then we feel like this video is definitely for you. So please stay here. If you've had an acute flare-up in low back pain, this still might be beneficial, but you gotta let that inflammatory response calm down in order to get a true understanding of where your symptoms are coming from. So the three main topics I'm going to be covering is going to be like sciatica, or more of a disc type of problem. So the origin is coming from the low back, and it's in the form of sciatica. So it starts in your low back, goes all the way down to your foot potentially, and it could potentially even be a disc problem where you're going to lose some motion. You're going to feel stiff, and you're going to feel like you can't move as well, especially in the morning or after you've sat down for a long period of time. Typically with people that have disc problems, standing and walking typically feel better. Not always, but it typically feels better to move around, and it feels a little bit worse when you sit for a long period of time, whether you're driving, flying in an airplane, sitting in a meeting, or at work, tends to flare your back up a little bit. So one thing that we'll talk about is disc problems, which relates to sciatica, and we'll talk about what exercises you can do for that. The second would be more of what we call stenosis, or age-related changes. Some might refer to it as arthritis in the spine. And the reason why I say arthritis in the spine is research is showing us that x-rays actually are showing in 20-year-old spines that there are some age-related changes, or there is some arthritis in 20-year-old spines. So I'm here to tell you that arthritis does not mean you have to be in pain. Sometimes it can be a different cause that's causing that pain, and we're here to help talk you through that. So we'll talk about disc or sciatica, we'll talk about stenosis or arthritis, and then we'll also talk about just being generally weak in your abdominal and lower back musculature. And so I'm going to go through all three of those, and I'm going to give you a couple exercises, one or two exercises that you can try at home and see if it brings any relief to you. So these exercises are commonly used, but it doesn't mean it's going to make you 100% perfect. And if you're not sure, or if you're not sure where to start, who to trust, if you're not sure what the actual problem is going on, please schedule that free discovery visit with us, and we're happy to sit down with you one-on-one, make a plan specific to you, 100% free, to help you get back the life that you want. So again, the first thing we'll talk about discs. A lot of times people will kind of stand up and they'll feel like they're kind of stuck or they can't stand up and they have to kind of stay bent and maybe work through that standing up position at that time. So two of my favorite exercises for disc problems or sciatica. So the disc can press on the nerve, the sciatic nerve, which is where sciatica comes from, an inflammation or a discomfort in the sciatic nerve. The disc can press on the nerve and it can cause pain to go all the way down to your foot. So two of my most favorite exercises for sciatica are called the press up, number one, and the active hamstring stretch. So for example, the press up, I'm going to have you lay flat, whether it's on your ground, on a table like this, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. But it's just as it sounds. We're going to keep our legs relaxed. We're going to keep our low back relaxed. We're going to use our arms to press our back up towards the ceiling while everything else stays relaxed. So the press up is going to look like this. Again, you're going to lay flat. Your hands are going to be underneath your shoulders, and you're going to press up towards the ceiling, trying to lock those elbows out and come back down. Now, some of you might feel really, really stiff in this position alone, and if you feel like you can't lock your elbows out, that's okay. We're going to be working into it. So let's pretend like I can't lock my elbows out because I'm too stiff. So I'm going to come up, I'm going to go to that stiffness or discomfort, and I'm going to come back down. I'm going to try to go a little bit further with each rep, and back down. And I'm going to keep working that range of motion until I get a little more flexible and until I can lock my elbows out. So this is called the press up, and this can help a lot of people with disc problems, but it does not help everybody. Sometimes if this seems to make it worse or there's no change with it, we have to go a different direction. And if we have to go a different direction, then what that means is we should probably meet, or you should meet with a healthcare provider to discuss what direction makes the most sense to you. So make sure you find somebody that is well-trained in the spine, well-trained in how to progress your exercises so that you can get the life back that you want. So that's my first favorite one. It's called the prone press up or lumbar extension in lying. A lot of different terms for it, but the press up seems the easiest. Your goal is to lock your elbows out and get that full range of motion. You're going to try to do 10 repetitions of those, but I would highly, highly, highly encourage you to do that every 2 hours you're awake. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but if you're really suffering from back pain, you're at a point where you'll probably do anything to make it feel better. If this seems to flare you up, or if this seems to make your symptoms worse, please stop and seek healthcare advice from a local practitioner that can take you through progressions. Okay? The second one I really like is a sciatic nerve glide. This one is with you laying on your back. And what it's going to look like is, just as I said, we're going to lay on our back and we're going to have our opposite leg down flat. We're going to have our other leg up and we're going to hold our thigh with our hands. Then what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you straighten your knee as much as possible. You're going to feel a pull in the back of your leg, and then you can pump that ankle to get it more intense. Now, you don't have to get your knee fully straight. I just want you to feel that pressure on, some tension on, and then tension off. So it's going to be pressure on, pump the ankle, ankle relax, knee relaxes. Knee goes straight, pump the ankle relaxes, knee relaxes. I want you to do this 15 times and try to do that 3 times per day. So that's called the sciatic nerve glide, laying on your back. I would encourage you to do both sides. So do 15 on the right, 15 on the left. So I could see a plan for you in the morning. You wake up, you do 15 sciatic nerve glides on the right, 15 sciatic nerve glides on the left, followed by 10 press-ups. That'd be a really good place to start with sciatica or disc type of problems. Now, if that doesn't work for you, again, please seek out a healthcare professional that can take you through a proper progression of exercises. Again, I haven't formally diagnosed you, so if you think you have a disc problem and you really don't, this might not be very helpful. So just keep that in mind. Number 2 is more of the arthritic changes. So as we age, sometimes those spaces that our nerves come out of can kind of become a little bit more narrow or smaller, right? So they can call that stenosis or a narrowing of that area. Now, that doesn't mean you have to run to a surgery. It doesn't mean that you have to take all these medicines and get injections, but I'm going to give you two things to work towards with arthritic changes or spinal stenosis. And two of them are pretty simple, and I'll show you how to do them now. So they're both laying on your back. The first one is just side to side with your knees, right? So you're going to lay on your back with your feet up. And what you're going to do is you're going to roll to one side. Try to keep it pain-free, or make sure you're not making it worse. Then go to the other side. One side might feel more stiff than the other, and that would be considered one, and you're going to try to go each direction. And if you want a number, I'd just keep it simple, 10 to 15 reps. Side to side, just starting to get some light rotation in the spine and get it moving. Okay, the second option, and I'll give you two options here. One is laying down like this. You bring your knees up, you grab your knees, you pull them towards your chest, you come back down, legs go flat. Knees up, squeeze, come back down, and again, try that 10 to 15 times. Okay? If you don't like laying on your back, or if that's too uncomfortable, you can sit up. And what you can do is you can sit on a table like this or a chair, legs a little bit wider, and what you're going to do is you're going to lean forward, and you're going to go back, make sure you don't get too dizzy. So you're going to reach down and back, trying to stretch that low back out, and you're going to do that 10 to 15 times. Okay? And this one, again, those two that I just showed you, the knee rotations, the knees to chest, and the knee or the bending forward and sitting, those are built for stenosis or for arthritic changes. So some of these individuals might have problems walking around, might be really uncomfortable grocery shopping, and oh, it feels a lot better if I lean on my grocery cart, or if I'm like walking, I get so fatigued I need to sit down and then I'm fine. That's how a lot of these people present, right? So these are some good exercises to start with in that realm. Now the last one is if your abs are weak or if your low back is weak, there's some exercises that we can definitely talk about with that. And what I want to talk to you about is the multifidus. Now the multifidus is a deep back muscle that helps support the spine. And it helps us do like everyday activities and feel great doing them. So if the multifidus isn't doing the job to help support the spine, then we can have back pain. So I'm going to talk to you about a couple exercises that you can do to get the multifidus working again. Two exercises are the bridge is a nice one to start with, and to make it harder, you can put a ball under your feet. So I'll show you the bridge, and then the bridge with the ball under your feet. And then I'll show you like a bird dog exercise. Now the bird dog exercise is not a simple exercise. It is actually a high level spine exercise. So if it really aggravates you, one, you might not be ready for it, and two, you might be doing it incorrectly. So I'm going to talk about some things to really focus on there. So let's start with the standard bridge. The standard bridge looks like this. And what you're going to do is you're going to just push through your heels, feet stay flat. You're going to lift your butt up to the ceiling and back down. Butt up to the ceiling and back down. You're trying to keep your abs tight. And we'll talk about how to get the abs tight in a different video, but we're going to come up and then back down. Up and back down. Now that starts to get your back to extend, which is a big role for our multifidus. To make it harder with a ball, I'll grab the ball right now, and we're going to put the ball underneath our ankles or our calves, and we'll work through it that way. So we'll grab some sort of ball or unstable surface. We'll put it on the table, and our feet will go right on top of it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to lift up and back down, up, back down. And this is going to get your hamstrings, your butt muscles, and your multifidus as well. Okay? Okay, so The bird dog, we're going to talk about what that looks like. So the bird dog, we're going to get on our all fours, right? Our wrists are going to be under our shoulders, our knees under our hips, and you can start by just lifting one arm or one leg and see how that feels. That's a great place to start. If that's too easy, then you're going to do the right arm with the left leg, or the left arm with the right leg, and you're going to alternate. But the key is you don't want a ton of rotation at the spine, so you don't want to be twisting all over the place. You want to stay stable. Right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg. Now for bridging, I'd probably start with 2 sets of 15. So doing 15 repetitions, take about a 30-second break, and then do 15 repetitions. For bird dogs, I would probably start with 5 to 10 on each side, and then make sure you can actually do it, right? So if you are moving one arm at a time, it's a great place to start. If that's too easy, start with like 5 or 10 reps. Make sure you feel your abs tight. Make sure you're not twisting at your pelvis a lot. If you're twisting at your pelvis, that's going to kind of aggravate your back, so we don't want to do that. Again, if you're having troubles with any of these, please reach out to me and our team, and we'll answer any questions you may have, no cost, and make sure that you're doing them correctly. And if you're really struggling, you've tried all these things and you feel like you just haven't found the answers that you would like to find, we have the latest technology, and we are well equipped for people that have had pain for 15, 20, 30 years in their back, and we understand where to start, how to progress you, and how to get your life back. So please do not hesitate to reach out to us, www.moregainphysicaltherapy.com. You can email us at info@moregainphysicaltherapy.com, or you can call us at 701-599-3848. Thanks so much, and stay tuned for more tips and tricks on how to stay healthy, how to live long into your years, so working on longevity, how to slow the aging process. That's what we do here at More Gain Physical Therapy. Thanks, and we'll see you soon.